Hello and welcome to Brodual. This time we have the Fire and Ice Overhaul. The mod comes from the author that created the Dragon Combat Overhaul as well as the Civil War Overhaul, two extremely popular and unique mods. As you might imagine, the Fire and Ice Overhaul aims to dramatically change the effect fire and ice has in Skyrim. And just like the author's other mods, he's broken down the changes into different and wonderfully unusual sections. The very core of the mod is the basic idea that fire magic now makes objects actually catch on fire. We've seen similar features in other mods, but the Fire and Ice Overhaul takes it a step further with growing and spreading flames. So if you were feeling particularly maniacal and felt like setting Sven's house on fire, then you just need to use almost any fire spell on it and you'll immediately see the effect. However, you'll need to be careful so it doesn't get out of hand and spread to the Riverwood trader. But don't worry, as long as you have some frost spells then you'll be able to put it out. As of right now, you can extinguish any fire that spreads with any continuous frost spell. So things like Ice Spike won't work, but Frostbite will. You'll also notice that frost spells will leave behind frozen blocks of ice, leaving open the possibility for many different things. You could block pathways to stop a fight early, create slightly wonky ice paths across rivers and lakes, or even create your own igloo. What's great is that the mod takes the spell you use into account. So for example, a more powerful fire spell will create a more ferocious flame that'll spread faster and further. The same goes for blocks of ice left behind from different frost spells. As of right now, fires will only hurt the player, and NPCs will be safe unless they become hostile. This is just so you don't slaughter an entire village on accident. Fires can also be started by yourself or any NPC, including and especially dragons who'll set an entire building on fire in seconds. Frost dragons will also wreak havoc, sometimes even creating interesting obstacles for you to maneuver through while fighting. In the video we're using version 2 of the mod, so if you're also using that version then you can expect things to be a little bumpy. For the most part, the flames work well and they spread to where they're supposed to. For example, you can eventually set the stone path on fire if you hold your fire spell over it for quite a while, but a fire won't spread to it naturally. Putting out a fire is also a little finicky, and can take a long time to put out a huge fire, which can either be looked at as realistic or annoying, especially on top of the huge mess you'll leave behind in the form of ice blocks. However, if things get way too hectic, then you can also just fast travel out and wait for the flames or frost to disappear. In terms of performance, it wasn't as bad as we expected. You might notice a slight drop in FPS if there's a huge fire, but nothing too much. The frost spikes are slightly worse, but only if you go crazy with it and build an igloo village or something just as huge. As always with mods like this, if you're barely running Skyrim as it is, then it's probably not for you. Compatibility wise, you shouldn't have too many issues either, but be sure to avoid similar mods just in case. Retexture mods are fine though, and you can see the slight difference it makes for the flames when we switch between the two of the most popular flame retexture mods. So if you're interested in those, then we'll include links down below. And overall, just like the author's other mods, I think we can expect more updates over time. We really like the idea behind the mod, and it creates a very different atmosphere when you're facing a fire or frost breathing dragon. As always with script mods, be sure to back up any saves beforehand, and that's the end of today's spotlight. Be sure to leave endorsements on any mod you enjoy using, and thanks for watching.
Don't set anything on fire, alright?